up, he'll stay till the fight's won. G.I. Joe will dare. G.I. Joe, G.I.
Joe. Hey everyone, what's happening? I am back showing off more of my Mint on card collection. This time it's going to be all G.I. Joes, and I'm going to start with the 25th anniversary Snake Eyes, meant to look like 1983. I don't actually have any vintage Joes on card. I have a few card backs like Shockwave and stuff, but anyway, yeah, I don't have anything really worth showing off in terms of condition, but this was awesome, especially the old school Hasbro logo down there. Yes, love that. So yeah, Snake Eyes, pretty cool. I got him at Treehouse Collectibles, which is in Toronto, just off the Donlands there, near Donlands and Bloor, in the subway station. So yeah, and I've also got Destro, of course, Destro being one of my very favorites, and I got 2 Cobra Commanders, Storm Shadow, and a Firefly. So let's take a look at Cobra Commander here. Well, version 1, I guess, or 1.5, I guess, from 1983, so he's meant to look like the on-card version from 83, as opposed to the mail-away of 82, and you can see the G.I. Joe logo is silver now, so these are the silver font, cards, and Hooded Cobra Commander is my favorite, I must say. Yes, I do like him the best. Pretty cool. He was only a mail-away back in 1984. And then we've got Destro, of course, my very favorite, because I have biased memories of my mom buying him for me when I was 5, and yeah, it was a reward for being a good kid. Very special memories of getting Storm Shadow as well, of course. He would later become a G.I. Joe, and yeah, I got him and Firefly at the same time back in '84. So I don't know, am I just a sucker for these retro cards? These card backs. I don't know. I just love them. What can I say? A little bit, but I didn't buy too many of them. On the back of Destro's card, just want to show off one of them here as an example. So you get the same exact look that we had back in the day with the file card, and yeah, just describing him as the weapons supplier for the enemy, Cobra the enemy, and yeah, and the other figures available in the line. I really loved this line that Hasbro put out. Skipping on ahead to Stalker from the Retro Collection, I guess you can call it. This is just from a couple of years ago, really, and he's the only one I have from this collection, the smaller Retro Collection. I have several retros in the 6-inch scale, but good old Stalker here. Yeah, he's pretty sweet. He's the G.I. Joe Ranger. In the comics, he was a Vietnam vet. In the cartoon, he was also very well portrayed there too, just as this badass, field leader and whatnot. So yeah. Great job on this Stalker, definitely my favorite of the bunch. I mean, Grunt was pretty cool in the Cobra, Trooper and stuff, but nah, if I could only get one, it would be this Stalker, and yeah, I love him. On to the retro card backs. So more retro card backs, although these are very different. They're meant to seem the same, but they're not quite the same, with Destro and the Cobra Eagle here. So I just thought I would compare the card backs there. As you can see, they're not quite the same. And the Cobra Eel, the Cobra Frogman. I loved this figure in 85, back in 1985. I was kicking it live with all these awesome Cobra figures that they put out that year. 85 was almost a perfect year, let's face it, for G.I. Joe. You know what? Wow, just great detail here on the retro, and much cheaper than the classified. Moving on to, yeah, double Snow Serpent action. So I got 2 of these, kind of by accident, kind of not. But I am selling one of them. Yes, I will be selling one, probably to Lenny at Toy Heaven. Shout out to Toy Heaven. So you may be able to get one of these soon at Toy Heaven. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm gonna see if he's interested anyway. If not, I'll put it on Facebook Marketplace, okay? So don't bug me here. Anyway, love the card art. I think the Snow Serpent is one of the coolest, intimidating, looking Cobras of all time. I gotta love all the Winter Soldiers, of course. And I also got Beachhead. He's the latest retro that just came in the mail, as it is July 31st as of this recording here of my voice anyway. So, yeah, Beachhead, he looks fantastic. So much better than the Red Beret classified version, I think, personally, and I think it was worth the wait. Next up, I have the classified G.I. Joes. I got a handful of them anyway, because I've sold so many of them. I've bought and sold so many of these over the last, like, 4 or 5 years now. It's pretty insane. So I used to have most of the ones from the first wave, but I sold them all, except for Destro, of course, because as you know, I'm a big fan of Destro. James McCullen. Yeah, he's pretty cool, and very similar to the retro version, but not quite the same. Not exactly. He has that kind of weird circle on his head there. But yeah, he was the very first one I got. The very first week they came out. I think it was 2020. I'm not positive. But I've also got the Prophet Director Destro as well, which is kind of a joke. You know, I know, this is Pimp Daddy Destro. You know. With the leopard skin, you know, shawl or cloak or whatever that is, little cape. Yeah, funky. Anyway, Cobra Commander, I like this one. This is the you know, kind of navy blue version of Cobra Commander, and I believe I got this guy from my old buddy Greg back in Christmas of 2020 or something like that. So yes, thank you. And yeah, Zartan though. Oh man, when I saw Zartan, I had to pick him up immediately. Remember finding him. I do remember finding him at Heroes Comics in London, Ontario. Shout out to Brom and Chris and everybody there at Heroes. Storm Shadow, though, this guy I had to have, of course. And no, he's not for sale. Same with Zartan. They're my two favorites, so no, I'm holding on to them. Yep, Tommy, Arashi Kagi. Yeah, awesome. He will later, of course, move on to G.I. Joe from Cobra. And I've got a Cobra Infantry Trooper here as well, just to round it out. And I don't know about him. I mean, he's a troop builder. People are always looking for him. He's really expensive on Amazon. So maybe I will sell him since he's worth quite a bit now. But anyway, I don't want to tease any more sales. Oh, of course, I've got one more here. The Baroness with the Cobra Coil Cycle. And this figure set, well, she was originally like 80 or 90 bucks, and then it went down to 60, and then it went even further down to like 40 or maybe 35 or something. That's when I got her back around Christmas of 21. And this was just really just a real indulgence. Christmas gift to myself in 21. I know, how nerdy, right? But hey, she's pretty sweet. She's pretty awesome. I like her actually even better than the Retro Baroness. I have to really compare the two. But the coil's not bad either. So here's the difference between the two Destros. And there's a closer look at the two heads. They're pretty close. Moving on to some more G.I. Joes in window packaging. So we've got the very first one that they released. This was the 2-pack, of course, of Snake Eyes and Timber. This was the new classified version of both of these characters, and I really, really, really like this design. This is S tier in my books. This is like top 5, you know, certainly, along with the other one too, and we'll show that off in a second. But first, let's show off the original one. Came with quite a few things here, including a second head for good old Timber the Wolf down there. I love the gray on him. Even though the original figure was pure white, I mean, this is just so much more detailed, and I just think it's just a better detailed figure. You know, I'm not that interested in the nostalgia so much as I am in just, wow, what a brilliant color scheme and what a great idea. You know, improvements can be made, and speaking of improvements, I think Gung Ho over here is an improvement as well over the original. That's just me. I know there's a lot of love for the original 83, but speaking of which, Airborne is a very recent figure as well. I love Airborne. Just love those airplane pilots and, you know, parachute guys and everything, paratroopers and whatnot. Airborne's one of the best. Stalker, again, one of the best as well. Not sure if I'm going to sell him or keep him. I may get the retro one, but the retro one has apparently the exact same head, so I don't see the point. And Spirit's maybe my very, very favorite of all the good guys in terms of the sculpt and the eagle, freedom that he comes with. And on to the next batch of classifieds. So I've got the happy couple here. I've got Flint and Lady J. And I remember the day when I got Lady J and Flint together. They were almost 2-for-1. It was a really, really good deal at Toys R Us. Yeah, zoinks. My voice is going. But anyway, Scoob. Flint, fantastic. Love his design, maybe more than his character. His character is kind of straight up and kind of boring. He's not that interesting, but he's a brave character, and I admire him still. Lady J, oh, she's so beautiful. I mean, man, whew. I mean, G.I. Joe Retaliation. That's all I gotta say. Check that out. Just for the cast. And Outback, yeah. Tiger Force Outback as well. I don't have the original Outback, but I got this one with the white hair and the orange shirt with the tiger on it, which was a very rare figure back in the day, and it was not an official Hasbro release, I don't believe. Barbecue, he was never available in Canada, so I had to pick him up at TFCon 2022, and he's awesome. Speaking of awesome, the Techno Viper. This one stands out. I mean, he's purple, so you know he's a bad guy. But no, he's really cool. Reminiscent of the 1987 Techno Viper, who was one of my favorites. A nice shiny Cobra emblem on his chest, and the accessories that he comes with. Oh, just fantastic. I think the Techno Viper is, quite frankly, perfection. But he ain't the only one. The Battle Android Trooper. Yes, the Battle Android Trooper. Yeah, oh man, he's also perfect. He's so great. And I just got him recently at TFCon 2024. So thank you to whoever that seller was. I don't remember your name, but he had an awesome booth in the top left corner. Thank you, sir. Awesome toy. More awesome figures to show off with windowless packaging. This is when Hasbro got a bit more environmentally friendly. On the back of Sergeant Slaughter, just showing off what the figure actually looks like, so at least we can see what they look like on the back. And here's the second Snake Eyes and Timber, reminiscent of the 1985 Real American Hero figures with the white timber and everything. And I can't decide which deluxe set I like better, quite frankly. They're both just so beautiful, and this one I got at an amazing price, just so cheap. I was very lucky. Good timing. Love these guys. Here's the back of Snake Eyes and Timber. So again, with the windowless packaging, at least you get an idea of what the figures are supposed to look like. And I've also got Torpedo and Copperhead. So yeah, eventually I'm going to hopefully get Wetsuit as well, but these guys are awesome. For now, these were bathtub figures back in the day, back in 83, 84. You know, I had the Cobra water moccasin and the whale and everything, and Torpedo would be on there. Yeah, fantastic figures. I love it. I love the tube worms on the package as well. Those green tube worms. It blows me away that that Hasbro did that as a background. That's so cool. Harkening back to the Mass Device, the very first G.I. Joe 5-parter, and Copperhead, he's awesome, even though they have yet to make the Cobra water moccasin. I hope they do make that vehicle, but both figures I thought were great prices, great figures. Now I'm just going to show off the sides of some of these packages and how different they can be. Yeah, what the hell, I mean, I just think the artwork is really cool that they repeat it along the sides. Dreadnought time, yes sir, I've got Ripper, Buzzer, and very recently I picked up Torch, and as you can see, Torch is in the new clear packaging, the window packaging once again. Let's take a look at Ripper first though. Ripper's really cool. He may be the best of the three actually, just based on his sculpt and what he comes with. He comes with this big ass like kind of jackhammer, kind of Jaws of Life kind of thing, whatever it is, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's awesome. And Torch, yeah, I've got special memories of getting Torch. Again, he was another purchase that my mom got for me. So yeah, I have a very clear memory of my mom picking him up because I was good. Again, hey, the rewards of being good. Good boys get treats, and he was quite the treat. I tell my cats that all the time. My family's cats, not really mine. So Buzzer's cool. He was overpriced at Toys R Us. I don't know what they were thinking, what that was all about. But he was $59.99 Canadian. Get the hell out of here. I got him off Amazon for like 30. So awesome, Dreadnoks. And Jinx. Now, Jinx is the last figure that I'm going to show off here. She's awesome. I love her character. I loved the way she was in G.I. Joe, the movie. She was so cool. But anyway, yeah, she's really well done with two different heads there, with one with the ninja mask and Kim Arashikage. Yeah, so wow, what a wonderful character. One of my personal favorites from 1987 originally. Showing off the back of the package, of course, for Jinx. Awesome that she comes with the blindfold and that bladed weapon. She's really cool. She's a really, really great character and pretty cool looking action figure as well. And that's it, guys. I'm just going to show off the sides of the packages for Torch and Jinx, as they are the two most recent figures in my collection, and they look pretty darn badass, I must say. So, Hasbro, you've done a great job with the classifieds. I've honestly only got about 3 or 4 more in mind, and then I'm seriously going to be breaking. But for now, thank you so much for checking out this Mint on Card collection, guys. Until next time, Yo Joe.